Letta?
I think, yes, I think it's right. There's a problem of distance between words and facts. We need to be in the European framework, and we need to be, as Italians, pushing for European reforms. The most important reforms today for Italy are coming from Europe. Migrant flows, the only solution is at the European level, and we have to manage this crisis. How to have an euro, an economic and monetary union, able to help competitiveness and to avoid new crises. How to have at the European level investments and not only austerity measures as we had 5 years ago. So Italy has to work at the European level. The domestic situation is a situation in which I think we have to keep normality. Is the most important thing.
And I'm guessing that you think Mr. Tria, the economy minister, represents normality, trying to rein in the excesses of Mr. Di Maio and Mr. Salvini from their policies, universal incomes, flat taxes as well, not bringing VAT increases in, reversing the Fornero pension reforms as well. These are unfunded, aren't they? And if we do go above 2%, if we do go above 3% on the debt to on the deficit figure, it could spell some real big problems for Italy, couldn't it?
I think so. This is why I think normality is the big point, because you know very well that Italy is the weakest country in terms of debt and in terms of risk in case of instability at world level, of markets at world level. So we have to be among the countries stopping any instability at European and world level. This is why when Turkey is in trouble, Italy suffers. This is why when Argentina is in trouble, Italy suffers. So we need to help Europe to keep the markets stable. And this is, I think, the main point. This is why I say normality. Italy needs normality.
But normality, Mr. Letta, if I may say so, brought in populism. The elites, which you've been writing about a lot, Europe and Italy must be governed not for the elites. This is a key point of yours as well. It may well have been that way previously, and that's what's brought in these populist governments, that's what brought in populist governments perhaps around the world as well. So would you take on the charge that actually your government and the PD more generally has worked for themselves rather than for broader Italy?
I think we had, Italy was the weak part of this system, the big consequences of unprecedented crisis in Europe that affected Italy first. The migrant crisis, you know very well that populism today in Italy is also the outcome of a mismanagement of the at the European level of the migrant crisis. The financial crisis with austerity rules, Italy was the only country without European help. We were very good in finding the way to solve our problems with our money without European help.
That's just not the case, though, because of the ECB. Surely that is a pan-European response to the Italian crisis. Without the ECB, which is a pan-European institution, Italy couldn't have survived, sir.
No. What I want to say is that among the 7 countries in crisis during the period 10-13, Italy was the only one without a program, solving our own problems with our own money. So I'm quite proud of the fact that we were able to solve the problems without European money. The big problem is that the consequence was rise of unemployment, budget difficulties, and so on and so forth. So now today we are paying the consequences of this period. This is why you're right. It is also responsibility of the elite of this country.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.